Hey guys, it's me. I'm at the gym today and I wanted to talk to you about your plank. So this is going to be kind of your, not your full workout today, I'll give you some other stuff as well, but this is part of your workout today, and I want to talk to you about your form in your plank and your side plank, and what we can do to make it better for you so that you're stronger in your plank and progressing more. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is the idea that you need to stay in the plank for like 5 hours. Like you don't need to do a super long plank to get good results from the plank. So think about a minute or less, and what does that look like for you? Because if you're holding a plank for a minute and it looks like this, then you're not really doing yourself a service. You're sort of just resting on your skeleton, and this is not going to make you any stronger. It's not going to progress you, and in fact it's going to cause you some issues, some potential problems with your back and shoulders. So let's just talk about a couple different things that you can do. So first of all, you can modify your plank by going to your knees, and I think everybody knows this, but let's just show. So if I'm doing just a hand plank, I'm going to show you hand plank today instead of an elbow plank. But if I'm doing a plank here and I set myself up onto my knees, then I start to lose all of this sort of sagging that happens because I'm actually strong enough to contain and hold myself in position. If you can come to your toes, that's good too. We want to make sure that the hips are not too high, that they're not too low. You need to find that nice middle ground, and you can make it a little easier for yourself here by taking a wide stance in the legs, which is going to make it sort of a transition from going on your knees to going on your toes. So you can go from your knees to wide legs to narrow legs. So you can easily progress yourself up. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about on the front plank is about the shoulder position. So we don't want our hips too high, we don't want our hips too low, we don't want our rib cage to sag. We need to make sure that our ribs are connected into the rest of the torso. So the ribs are not dropping through, they're actually up and tight and connected to the column of your torso, okay? And then the shoulder position, if you're looking up at the shoulder blades, it's maybe not the best position for you to see, but if I'm dropping into my shoulders, you can see how far forward my neck is. And if you're looking at my back, the shoulders are winging out. This is not a great position. So I want to take my arm position and make sure that I'm not pushing through here. Rather, I'm driving into the ground and creating a strong shoulder base here. Shoulder, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist. And so I'm not opening up the shoulder blades into a wing position. Rather, I'm spreading the shoulder blades into a strong position. So here, I'm not dropping. Rather, I'm pushing into the shoulder and stacking the joints one on top of the other. Okay, so no dropping. Lift. You can see it most in this video here by the position of my head. My head is so far forward when I drop and wing into the shoulder blades that you can see how nicely aligned it is when I'm here. Lastly, I want to talk to you about the side plank. So yet again, you have options, okay? So from your side plank, you can always take the bottom knee and keep the bottom knee bent even while the long leg is extended on top. Then as I'm pushing up, I'm driving the hips energy to the ceiling so that I'm lifting the weight out of my shoulder. Often people complain to me about a side plank that their shoulders hurt. That's because they're sagging into the shoulder. Rather, I need to drive the weight straight up. So there's almost an arc when I'm on my knee, which is fine. And I want to extend that top arm nice and long, or you can just place it on your hip, which is also going to be a nice position for you. Then if you choose to take your feet out, again, there's a transition between knees and toes. So you can transition by putting one foot in front of the other, instead, sort of a scissor, instead of stacking, which would be your final position, one foot on top of the other and extending yourself up. So again, I'm driving up the hips to try to lift the weight up towards the ceiling rather than sitting the weight into my shoulder. So I want to extend this rather than dropping it. Is exactly the same as this that I showed you before. So I want you to practice those 2 planks today, just a little bit, less than a minute, okay? Less than a minute for each one, and then that will be a nice addition to the rest of the workout that I will post for you today. Good job, you